This is the Black Knight, and this is his point of interest. If you didn't know yet, I'm building a battle royale map based on some of my favorite skins in Fortnite. The Black Knight's one of my favorite skins ever. It came out in the very first battle pass, and it's super rare, and I have it. So I decided to build his lonely tower where he accepts all challengers to his throne. You're gonna hear some tips on building a battle royale map, how I built this whole thing, and then we're gonna take a tour. This one's really fun, guys. Let's go. Now, the foundation of this build up here is really important. If you go to the Kevin the Cube galleries, you're gonna find these awesome terrain pieces. And this is the basis of the entire mountain that I've built over there. Now, the reason I use this piece is because it's really unique. Just earlier this week, I talked a lot about how to use terrain and specific terrain pieces, but I actually didn't mention this one piece. This is one of the few other pieces out there that's not under the terrain category that you can build off of. And that's super important when you're building a battle royale map. You have to be able to build pretty much at any point in the map. And if you're using another piece, say something like this, and you're using it for some aesthetic, the issue with this is that you can't build off of it. Versus if you use this piece from the Kevin the Cube gallery, you can build off of it at any point. It acts as a terrain. And also this cool purple effect is something I want to use later for another build. So I'm trying to maximize my memory here by using this piece. I should mention that I'm only using this one piece and I'm not using these other pieces because you can see here that it's taking up a lot of memory to use these different pieces. So I have to be really conscious of my memory on this. So keeping in mind that you can build off of the Kevin the Cube terrain pieces, I started building the base of the Black Knight's castle, but making sure I was actually building on the grid and not off the grid. Once again, if you're building a battle royale map, you always have to be building on the grid so that people can build off of your structures. I decided to build the focus of the tower, which was the middle where I wanted to have a little chair for the Black Knight to sit in where all the challengers could come and challenge him. I love the idea of having some lava underneath where you could drop down and maybe find some loot, but also maybe you get damaged. I also wasn't certain on the size that this tower is gonna be, so I had to make sure I did this part first. Then it was time to build the tower, and I had to make sure that everything on the bottom floor was right because I was gonna copy and paste that all the way up. Once I built it up, I took a step back to look at it. I'm almost thinking it's too big, guys. I might want to make it so it's only 3, a 3x3. Too big! Yeah, I definitely think it's way too big. So my chat agreed with me that it was a little bit too big and that I needed to reduce the size of it. So then I deleted everything and brought the wall in 1 full block, then copied and pasted that bottom floor all the way up as tall as I wanted. I definitely like the new size a lot better, but I actually like the bottom being a little bit wider too. So that gave me the idea to put a roof around the bottom, sloping up to the center part of the tower. That way there was a little entrance people could run around, I could put loot in there, and then the center room is where the Black Knight would sit. Now, it still felt like this was missing something, so I decided to build some towers that came off of the main tower as well, put some staircases that went around the tower leading up so that people could run around and not just be constricted to one area, and it was really starting to turn out. Now, the main tower was turning out really nicely, but I felt like we needed to have some pathways or staircases that led up to the tower. So I built a little network of stairways, and I feel like it makes sense with this mountain up there. Once again, challengers walking up the stairways to meet the Black Knight. Okay, guys, there you have it. Here is the Black Knight's tower. I've added a few things here since my last stream. Added these little areas here along the staircases. I thought it was really important to have ways people could be mobile around this. I feel like these points of interest are pretty big, and in order to really make this fun, you're gonna have to have a lot of loot, so loot in places that aren't part of the main castle, so someone could land on the exterior and then go into the interior and fight the person that found loot there. Really, I don't want people to get frustrated running up and down this mountain when they can just easily kind of boost over and around the tower. Even here, this is how you get to the top of the tower. You boost up here and fall up. Fall up, I guess you jump up, but then even if someone's smart, they could shoot out the bottom of this so that that is no longer available, so someone would have to build up. Someone can always build up to the top of this tower, but I want ways people can get around without having to build. I even have a jump pad at the top of the tower so that someone could get pretty much to the other side of the island. Actually, I'm curious how far you can get off of one boost. Woo! Ooh, you can get pretty far, guys. Yeah, you can pretty much jump the entire island off of the Black Knight's tower. So I actually kind of like that. So you can loot here, then jump to another point of interest on the other side of the island and fight people over there. I think that's cool. What I really want this island to be is like a fast-paced, fast action kind of battle royale. Okay, so you run into the tower, and here's the exterior ring where there's some loot. There's even some ammo boxes, that kind of thing. They lead out to the other towers. This is a way you can get in from there if you want. But you can come in here, and here's the Black Knight's chair. And it has a really like awesome chest here with lots of loot in it. Now you can't get up from here. You can see there's some other ways up. Now if you want to get up the tower once again, you can go to either side of the tower and there are boosts that go up. So this one jumps up and then there's a chest on this little like bridge, and then you can run up the stairs. There's ammo boxes along the way. You can run up here. There's no chest on this bridge, but the top of the tower is loaded with chests. So this is a great landing spot. You can jump down and fight whoever's landed at the Skull Troopers point of interest, or go and fight people that have landed at different spots along the Black Knight's tower. Once again, this is another entrance here with some loot. So I feel like there's plenty of loot along this thing. I may add more later, but honestly guys, this thing just looks freaking awesome from the other side of the island. I just feel like it's cool that you can see all the points of interest. I'll probably mess around with lighting and fog at some future dates, but it's really starting to turn out. I definitely want a big forest to be here at the bottom, and I still need to come in here. I'm gonna add some hills and some elevation changes so it's not so like plain, but I'm excited to be building this out, guys. It's really starting to look cool. We've used 33,000 memories for this just one little corner of the map, so I'm gonna have to be really careful with my other points of interest. Stay tuned for more. This is gonna be fun.